Okay, what we're going to do today is we are going to change the navigation menu in an individual course. So what I mean by the navigation menu is I mean this menu up here, okay? This menu on the overall D2L homepage, we don't have control over, but we have control over the menus in our course. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to find the course where I'm going to work. Okay, so this is the default navigation menu that the board pushes out for us. Okay, in my opinion, this is extremely cluttered. And what I mean by cluttered is there's too many options for the students, and it might be overwhelming for us, the educators, as well. So what I like to do is I like to narrow the navigation menu down to the most commonly used icons that I would use in the course. I find that it allows for easier navigation for the students and also easier navigation for myself as well. Okay? So the way I'm going to do this, there's one of two ways. If you notice, there is a actions for the navigation bar, and we are going to customize this navigation bar. All right? You may or may not get this message when you start doing it. The reason this message comes up is it is asking you if you want to work with a copy of the nav bar, because it'll make a digital copy of the navigation there, but then allow you to make changes. So yes, you will work with the navigation copy, okay? And what I mean by copy is the automatic default up here, the SCDSB Hub default course level nav bar is what everybody has to start. The copy allows you to change it, okay? So the first thing I would suggest that you do is you change it, the name of it, okay? I would change it to either the teacher name or the course code. The reason being, you might have slightly different navigation bars depending upon the course. That's up to you. That's a personal preference. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the ones that I suggest. And the reason I suggest these is just because I found these are the ones that I most commonly use throughout my career in teaching online courses. Down at the bottom, you then have your links. So these are what show up in the menu. And again, these are the default ones, okay? If you put your cursor over these, you can either move the links, so I can just click and drag, okay? Or if you notice, they have the X up here, then you can X them out and you can get rid of them, okay? So I'm going to get rid of the mass majority of these to start. I'm decluttering my navigation window, okay? Then what I want to do is I want to add links that are in there, okay? And the links that I want to use most frequently, okay? So I'm going to do that by selecting the add links. And then what happens is you get an option of 173 icons, okay? You can search in the menu here, or you can scroll down because they are alphabetical. So whatever you want to do is completely up to you, okay? I'm just going to scroll through and do it. I'll do it both ways for you, okay? So the first way is alphabetical. So one of the things that I first use is I use the checklist. So I'm going to hit the checklist, okay? If you want, you can add these individually. So I can press add, and now the checklist is here, okay? You can also search using the menu bar. So I'm going to search with discussions because I do a lot of discussions. And then what happens is you can click it and you can add it. And then your discussions. Okay. You can also add more than one at a time. So if I go to add links again, and I'm going to scroll through, okay, I would normally, the content section is very important, but it is already there. Same thing with the course home. Okay, the course home is already in there. We did not remove those, so therefore we don't need to add them in. Okay, I'm going to put the Dropbox in because the Dropbox is extremely important. This is where the kids go to submit assignments, and I'm going to put edit course in as well. Okay, so I can have these check boxes and you can go and add them multiple ones at a time, and I'm going to put both of them in there. They're now in there. And then I'm going to do the last couple here manually. I like putting in the class list. Okay. The class list, there's 2 of them. I use this one because it provides the access to the class list tool. The reason why I use the class list is it shows you the kids' last access date. Okay. Also, what I put in is I put in the grades. There's only one grade. And then one that you may use, you may not, depending upon the course that you run, is the quizzes. Okay, some of my courses I have quizzes, like I've taught math online. So when there's math online, I use the quiz option a lot. I teach some computer technology courses where we don't really have quizzes, so I don't put that quiz in through the menu bar there. So this is up to you, and that's dependent upon whether you want to add it or not. Okay, we'll add it here just because I'm going to, in further videos, I'm going to show you how to access quizzes. Okay, and then so therefore I'll use that there. Okay, the order of them is kind of irrelevant if you want to say, but I order them. I always go content, discussions, Dropbox, class list, grades, quizzes, checklist, Google Suite, and edit course. Okay. The edit course one, the kids won't be able to see. Some of the icons are instructor icons. And what I mean by instructor icons is they give you obviously different access to the course. The kids don't have the ability to edit the course. And what I mean by edit course is make overall changes where everyone sees. So the instructor-based ones will not show up in their menu. Now, this is an enable icon-based navigation bar. So these are icon-based. If you uncheck this, okay, it shows it just like this. So this is what your navigation bar would look like, where it's just the words. Okay, so depending upon your own personal preference, you can enable these if you would like. You could change the theme. I never changed the theme. Okay, you could change the title, everything along the lines of that. You don't have to. Okay. Also, this isn't thou shalt have the perfect navigation bar the first time. Okay. It is possible for you to make changes to your navigation bar after. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to save and close this. Okay. And then it automatically goes to the default. And this is what our navigation bar looks like for us. And then remember, the kids wouldn't have the edit course. So let's say you forgot something. You can easily go back in here and you can edit this nav bar. it now has the navigation there for you, and you would edit it the same way. Okay. Or in your edit course option, the reason why I always select the edit course is you have tons of options available to you. This would be in the navigation and themes, okay? And then this is your nav bar that is currently in use, okay? And you could go down, you could find the name with the blue link and click it, and then you are in and navigating your navigation bar, okay? So that's the navigation bar component of the course. Changing it, again, you're going to figure out what icons work best for you. These are the ones that I would suggest. And if you have any questions at any point, don't hesitate to reach out.